Hello friends, welcome to Mindful Journaling. I have used up all of the pages in this beautiful journal that was given to me by my friend Carol at Recrafted by Carol. I'm going to start this week off with a new journal that was also made for me by my friend Crystal of Vividly on Paper. This is an accordion journal, and as you can see, it has an Alice in Wonderland theme. I feel that I'm at a place now that I want to start doing some art journaling along with my handwritten journaling. So we're going to go ahead and do that this week. I'm proficient at journaling with handwriting, and I'm proficient at collaging. And if you guys ever watched any of my collaging videos, I'm very good at collaging my emotions, but I've never done it with prompts. So this is going to be a little bit more, I don't want to say difficult or challenging for me. I guess it'll just be very different because it's very easy for me to take images and share how I feel about them and put them on a page, and just each image has a meaning and a feeling and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be a little bit different because I actually have prompts that I have to work with. But I think it's going to be a good exercise. So I wanted to let you know, as I am creating my page here, my art journal page, I've got the prompts set up on my phone. I have them on my community tab, so I just actually have that open, and I'm looking at them and thinking about them while I'm putting this page together. So I figured what I would do, since that's what I'm doing, I'm looking at them, focusing on those words and what they're saying as I put this page together. I think what I'll do is go ahead and read to you what I wrote while you watch me put the page together. And then if I use a particular thing for a particular reason, I'll make sure that I point that out to you. For example, I used the book page because it has words on it, and journaling is about words, whether they're spoken in writing or they're spoken in images. It's about words. It's about the words that come to our mind that we want to get out somehow. And I also used the word on that piece of paper that's green with the flowers. It says blossom. And I used that because I chose it specifically. Well, actually, I chose all these images specifically because of the prompts. So let me get into that. Let me read to you what the prompts are for this week. The rest of the month's prompts are about our thoughts. And today's is, where do I focus my mental energy? How do my thoughts affect my daily life? In what way do my thoughts influence my emotions? Is there a correlation between my thinking patterns and my moods? Now I'm going to read to you how I responded to the prompts. I typically focus my mental energy on positivity and things I want to get done. I also typically think of others. I find that thinking of other people and how I might help them keeps me not focused on myself, which is a good thing because it's not a positive trait to be self-centered. However, I do have to be sure not to use this habit as a way to ignore my personal issues. Mainly, I think my thoughts impact my life in a positive way. However, I do tend to avoid things I don't like or I don't want to do. So I have to always make a to-do list to make sure I get the unfun stuff done. There is definitely a correlation between my thinking patterns and my moods. When I'm thinking about creating wonderful things, I'm super happy and energetic. When I'm thinking about chores, I'm not as bubbly. Of course, this is just an example, but pretty accurate. Now I want to talk to you about those prompts just a little bit, so I'm not reading, I'm just talking to you guys. And I wanted to mention again that I do live a very positive life. I'm a positive thinker, and I always am trying to find the bright side. For example, today I was getting my protein powder. No, I was putting my protein powder back in the cabinet and the top came off and protein powder basically went everywhere. And I was just overwhelmed by it. And I was just, it's just not what you want. It basically snowed protein powder in my house. It was everywhere. And my daughter was standing there and she was like witnessing this and she was witnessing me just being in shock and awe over this whole situation. And I said, I said, hey, it's not like I was in a car accident. And so that's how I do things. That's how I live my life. I always look and realize that typically it could be a lot worse. And that's just how I choose to live my life. So I do think that my thinking patterns do affect my mood, and I think they help keep me usually in a good mood. I'm not always in a good mood, but 98 to 99% of the time I am. I've even had people tell me I smile too much, or gosh, you're so energetic, or and not always, they don't always say these things in a positive way. They say it in a joking way, but almost like maybe they're irritated by it because their life is not that way. But that's on them. We all choose every morning when we wake up how we're going to face the day. And sometimes we know that we're going to be facing a rough day for whatever reason. We might be, going through something that's difficult. And those days, yeah, we might not be happy and bubbly, but what we can be is compassionate to ourselves and, take care of ourselves and be patient and loving and all of that. Again, that is taking care of yourself, but you're thinking positively. And so that's how I handled the prompt today. Next week's prompt is sort of interesting. There's an exercise of sitting quietly for a few minutes and observing our thoughts and then sort of getting into that. So friends, I hope you've enjoyed this format of the way that I did this. And I liked it because I got to do some art journaling with it. And I appreciate you being here as always. Thanks for watching. See you soon.